All that fuss, and we're right back where we were when we started. Honestly, they might as well not have even bothered. A whole war to achieve absolutely nothing. Oh, it drives me potty. Oh dear. The accents. But I mean, technically, she's not wrong. There really wasn't much that was accomplished other than us getting, you know, the wind crystal, but she doesn't need to know that. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default 2. Last time, we hung around Savalon and helped out King Pollux. Well, he's not king yet, but he probably will be soon. Prince Pollux with his issues, and also gave some closure to Dromed, who has decided to take up his pen again in service of Savalon, though behind bars. Whatever works for him. Today, we are starting here in Halcyonia, but we're not going to be staying here for very long. There is, what, 2 quests I want to grab here? And then we're going to be making our way straight over to Holograd, as that's where I'm going to be spending most of our time today. Let's go ahead and start up here, because there is a quest for us here in the throne room. This guard right here has something for us. Oh dear, dear, oh dear, not again. Mine sweeping. We've been having a lot of trouble with Noxolotls crawling about in the Chromatite mines lately. I wonder if you'd be good enough to head down there and give them a good walloping. Kill some Noxolotls. Killing aquatic enemies seems to be my specialty throughout this run. So the Chromatite mines is actually in Holograd, and that's why I wanted to start here, because we're going to be going to the going to be going to Holograd, and so I want to grab quests that are in Holograd. But that's not it. There is one other one I want to grab. It's over by the outskirts of Halcyonia, right over here. If we're going to pull this thing off, we're going to need bomb arms, and plenty of them. Did someone not tell her that we've already finished the plan? Anyway, we've got bomb arms here, so let's go ahead and give it to her. I think you're a girl. I don't know. I'm not zoomed in. Either way, we get an ice brand. I think this is actually the earliest time. Yeah, you look like a girl. I think this is actually the earliest time you could get an ice brand outside of stealing it from the axolotl. I don't know, let me check the weapon shop here. You might be able to buy them right now. Nope, still can't buy them. I'm telling you, those swords are really good. Those swords were really, really good. Anyways, there's our Chromatite Mines quest ready to go. So, let's head over to Holograd. Let's see here. Can't really get a good look at what the background is supposed to be. I think this is literally just a picture of the Holograd area, because there's no other, like, inside area. There's no throne room you can go to. It was literally just the HQ. However, one thing the Holograd has that a lot of the other cities don't is 2 entrances. We can go through the back entrance, where we went through when we were infiltrating it, or we can go through the front entrance, now that there's no crazy military out here covering everything. Hopefully they're all, you know, cool with the fact that the people who took down their leader is hanging around here. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see here. What do you have for me? My goal cannot be achieved alone. I must enlist the help of others. Defeat an abyss worm. For the common good, I research the creatures of the volcanic regions. Perhaps you will slay these 3 species of beasts. Okay, so the abyss worm is just the start of it. Okay, well, there we go. There's that quest. Also, where? Okay, there's another quest over here. I think this one is just a bunch of talk to NPCs quests, if I may not be mistaken. I'm so very glad that the war has ended at last. Yes, okay, old friends. I have friends all around the world, but there's been so much trouble and turmoil, I'm not sure how they're doing. Could you visit some places and check for me? I'd be very grateful. We get a Minerva Bustier for this, okay? We'll keep that in the back of our minds. And then, let's deal with what we got for right now. Also, as a bit of an aside, I have swapped Adele over to Oracle. I got what I wanted from Spirit Master a long time ago, and I just never really swapped her over in time. So, we're going to be moving over to Oracle until she gets Reflect, because that's a spell that I want for another fight coming up eventually. I won't go into much detail more than that. Usually, abyss worms are supposed to spawn around here. Where are they? There's usually... Oh, okay. There's usually ones in the sand around here, and there's one right there. Come on, there we go. I actually have no idea what my setup is right now. I might be going into a death trap. Anyways, abyss worms. Let's see what you're all about. Not even 10k HP. You're weak to swords. Perfect. Well, then let's just, let's send a Sapphire Blade, and then we'll just do Spirit Surge to get our HP back. There we go. And then we can just wait, I guess. Oh my gosh, he did a lot of damage there. Are you kidding me? All of those missed? Oh my goodness. That's that sucks. Oh, well, that worked out. There we go, Adele learned slow. I cannot believe all of those missed. I need... What is his aim? 250? I mean, yeah, that's not great. Usually, a good rule of thumb is that if you want to be able to, like, guarantee being able to hit enemies, honestly, about 300 to 320 aim is probably what you should aim for. Ha! Did not intend that, but now I'm gonna take that. What else do you want me to fight? You want to fight some chaoses? Chaos! I'm here to kill chaos. Oh boy, now I want to play that game again. Anyway, we need to kill some chaoses. Let me swap my stuff over real quick. If we're going to be fighting a bunch of enemies, I think level slash is not a bad idea. And then I need to give Adele some kind of good staff here. Yeah, we're going to give her the Sage Staff. Can she wield another one? She can. That's 299 attack. I think she already has Dual Wield still equipped, which does benefit magic attack, by the way. That is one difference that I did not think about whenever I was initially playing through this game. But yeah, Dual Wield does affect magic damage. Let's give her Magic Critical. And let's start walking around, see if we can't find some chaoses. They should be roughly around where the other worms were. And there's also something else over here that I want, which is connected to a rare monster. We won't be fighting it, not anytime soon. Although there's one treasure chest right here, which is very good. 12,000 peak, okay. And then there's another rare monster right over here, someone I'm very familiar with. And he's guarding weed. Yep, he looks like he'd use weed. Anyways, let's find ourselves some chaoses. Oh dear. Yeah, okay, some of the Holograd enemies are still pretty aggressive towards me. Oh, hello, there's another treasure chest up here. I wasn't expecting to be looking for these immediately, but you know what? This is our first real-time exploring Holograd without trying to just look for snakes, so yeah, I mean, we can get it done while we're here. I don't know why the marker has me walking around this area. I have not seen them spawn for like a good 2 minutes. Usually they're there by then. I guess over by here, if I can avoid this Osmodeus, there's another rare monster with more loot that I can just quickly walk behind. Where's the loot? Does he not have loot? I could have sworn he had a treasure chest he was guarding. I might... Oh, there it is. Okay. This is on the other side of him. Here we go. Oh. But hey, we found our chaos. Oh, but I need one more. But I got a bomb arm. That's pretty good. Where else can they be? I just have to start fighting these Osmodeuses and just hoping that the chaoses spawn. There we go. Finally, one of them spawned. I'm gonna have to fight the stupid bear, though.
We've outmaneuvered them.
Oh, hey, I don't even have to deal with the one that spawned. There we go. Back over to the battle creature enthusiast, or the monster researcher. I was trying to think of the right word. It's been like 5 minutes. I was walking around this area. Kinda forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Hey there, buddy. What you got for me? Adamant tortoises. Okay, those will be much easier to find because they're literally right outside the door. Leaving nothing behind for your loved ones to bury. Ooh. Talking about getting crushed by tortoises. Reminds me of the getting crushed by elephants torture method that was used in way back in the day. Okay, well, that was kind of a morbid thought. Let's go ahead and move on and murder these turtles. There we go. Level slash, my beloved, always working out. Hey, everyone got a level up doing that. And, well, Adele got a level 4 on Oracle as well. Alright, let's go back. This should be the last of the monsters, since he only wanted us to research 3 of them. And then we can head over to the Chromatite Mines! Woo! Oh boy. It is done? Praises be! Forgive me. You have surmised already, I think I must tell the truth. I am no researcher of monsters. I sought vengeance for the deaths of my sons. All 3 were killed, one by each of the beasts you overcame. Wow, okay. This was a lot darker than I thought it was. Man. What is this with getting into quests that have to do with people enacting vengeance? Man, humans really are crazy. Anyways, for the common good, completed! We got ourselves Apollo's bow. Or Apollo's bow, if I'm wanting to feel different. Does anyone have a decent rank in bows? Yes. Paul's bow, a bow that once belonged to a mighty god. Its arrows are tainted with terrible diseases. You can inflict contagion on an enemy by hitting with this. Okay. It's actually pretty decent. Keep that in mind. Let's actually heal up real quick before we head over to the Chromotite Mines. That dungeon is similar to the forest we were in previously by Rheimdall, where there's some pretty dangerous enemies in there that we need to be careful of. Also, I'm missing one treasure chest here in Holograd, and I completely forgot about this one. There's one hiding out right next to the weapon shop here. It's very difficult to see. Obtaining a black belt. Okay, that's not too bad. Anyways, over to the Chromotite Mines. Now, to get to the mines is actually not that difficult, as you can see it here with our red baseball diamond of not so quite holiness, but decent enough. And it's guarded by a bunch of insects and arachnids and goblins, and I don't really like it all that much, but hey, we've got to go in there for quest completion, so in we go! There's actually 2 dungeons near Holograd, which is very nice. Lots of stuff to look forward to. Now, similar to the forest, I will not be exploring this area in super great detail because we will be coming back here for other quests later down the road. This is the good sun. I seek an able volunteer to gather for me a pink ruby from the Chromotite Mines. My mother misplaced her wedding ring and is greatly vexed. I must make her pleased once more. So we gotta find a ruby while we're in here, while also taking down some baddies. Some 10 Noxolotls. They don't look like Noxolotls right there, so I'm assuming this is a new type of enemy. The Goldie Lion and the Noxolotl. Alright, let's take a look at you guys. 4,000 HP and 6,000 HP. Okay, you look like you're level slashable, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Perfect. And thus I have my strategy for this dungeon. Level slash. Woo! Who would have thought? Oh, hey, new enemy. You know, I said a long time ago that I wouldn't be trying to get 100% like examines and whatnot, but I think I'm actually doing a pretty decent job at this. Why am I doing? I could just do this. Survey. There we go. That's a lot of names. Zone Eater, 9,400 HP, lots of weaknesses. And then Dislet Mageling, lots of weaknesses again. We're just gonna level slash them all. And there we go. Don't have to interact with the enemies at all. I'd rather not see what they do because I'm probably going to die if that happens. I'm not really well built for survivability right now. Can we cut this grass? No, we can't. We can't even cut these rocks. It's a mining area, and I'm not even able to use my rock-breaking sword. Okay. Well then, I guess we'll just move forward. All you have to do is look around for Noxolotls and a ruby, and so far, I'm not seeing all them. Oh, I just walked into the sand there. I was looking at my objectives and not what I was walking into. But hey, we get at least another Noxolotl, so I'll take that. And not enough HP. Are you kidding me?
I suppose our adventure nearly at an end, eh?
Don't say that, Elvis, man. It's sentimental. I mean, yeah. This series has been an interesting one to record. I mean, I was preparing for it for a very long time while I was working on other things, so it definitely was a long preparation period, and so it is a little sentimental to find ourselves. We're well over halfway done with this game. I mean, I'll mention that right now. We are definitely approaching the end game. And so it's been kind of a sentimental thing to realize that a year's worth of work is finally coming into practice and almost done. Now, I mean, to be fair, for you guys, let's see here. There's still quite a bit to go. I'm recording this much further ahead than you guys are watching my stuff. And so it's definitely going to be a little different for whenever we actually get to whenever this episode comes out. I think if I go down here, should be able to. Oh no, this is a dead end. I remember really hating this dungeon because of just how confusing it was initially, and it doesn't seem like I've been able to retain any information about how to navigate this place. So I'm going to be running around like a chicken with its head cut off for a long time here. I can almost guarantee it. And speaking of this project, right now, currently, I actually don't have any real idea for what I want to do for my next project. I have like a list of things that I've written down for like, okay, if I'm out of ideas, I can do this. You know, just kind of like a bucket list. Oh, hey, Seth maxed out Hellblade. Cool. I kind of have like a bucket list that I want to check off, but I don't know. I haven't really planned out what I'm doing next, and I have been. I do plan to eventually cover the remaining Bravely game that I have not done. Bravely 2nd. I don't know when that'll happen. Maybe by the time you're watching this, if it's super far in the future, I've already done that. But that is on the list. I just don't know when I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's move him over to Phantom. Critical Amp and Dual Wield are going to be very valuable. Maybe by the time you guys have seen this video, I've been saying that a lot recently, actually. Maybe by the time you guys have seen this video, I've made a post about what I'm gonna do, because who knows, maybe in the next 24 hours or something, I'll think of something. I'm like, oh, hey, I could do that. Oh, these guys have counters, and now my guy is dead. Okay. Whoa, that guy dropped an elixir. That's good. Okay. I was not expecting them to drop elixirs here. All right. I knew there was certain enemies that could drop elixirs. I just didn't think it was in here. Okay, I think I'm gonna see you whenever I find this pink ruby, because killing the Noxolotls isn't really going to be all that interesting. Found myself a treasure chest with 3 medium JP orbs in there, and that's gonna be useful for later. Found another treasure chest with a brave suit in it. Okay. Okay, I finally made it to a save area and a teleport pad. Yeah, my resources are pretty low. I've swapped around pretty much everyone's jobs at this point, and it's been a journey. I found a lot of loot, though. I think we'll go over those in just a second. That is... okay, that's not too bad. Oh, I just fled. Whoops. Yeah, I've actually been fleeing quite a few fights, despite the fact that I've completed a lot of my job goals for today. Okay, let's go back to level slashing these guys. Full force from Dragoon has been allowing Seth to do a lot of damage with level slash there. What do we get? A Divine Rod. Now that is a name I recognize. Let's go over to Gloria for right now. Divine Rod, a staff imbued with the power of dazzling light. Light attacks do 30% more damage, and look at all of those buffs. It is really, really strong. Let's put that on her. This will be a reliable source of damage. In terms of rods, this honestly staves are pretty hit or miss. Oh god. Aha, there you are, finally. Okay, after navigating this dungeon for quite a while, I got the stupid pink ruby. There we go, okay. Okay, real quick, before we leave, I think there's a few more things we can do here that I want to grab. Look, I wasn't planning on finishing this dungeon in one sitting, but because I found a bunch of loot just accidentally while navigating this area, and there's the final 2 chests for me right over there, just gotta find a way to get them, might as well just complete it out. And I've seen pretty much every enemy there is here, too, so let's just wrap this up. I've got to find a way around there. I just went in one big circle, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Oh, there it is. Okay, that wasn't too bad. What is left for us? Assassin's Dagger, okay. And pathogens. That's really useful. Those are expensive. Additional effect is instant death on that Assassin Dagger. I think I already have one of those, right? No, I don't. So dagger that sometimes can slay a foe with a single strike. It is slightly stronger than Yatagarasu, and it gives you a little bit more crit, which is pretty decent. I think I'll hold on to that, and I'm going to teleport out of here. Give this guy his pink ruby. My mother scolded me ferociously when she learned that I'd requested that you place yourselves in danger on our behalves. Angered, I declared that I would go instead myself, and this reduced her to sniffling tearfulness. But we must not blame her for her motherly ways. All is well now. Thank you, friends. You have made us both happy indeed. Give me my medium JP orbs. I want out of here. And let's go give this guy, the other person, whatever he needed. I think he was in Halcyonia. I went ahead and used one of those medium JP orbs to push Elvis over to level 10 on Arcanist to get MP regen, and I'm going to move him over to Ranger now. I want to try and get Who Dares wins for him. I also realized I never went over the Hellblade's second specialty now that we have it maxed out, Strength in Adversity. Taking damage equal to more than 25% of max HP will cause attack and defense to be increased by 10% for 3 turns. Basically, this means that every single time you use one of the Hellblade's abilities, you will activate that, since you're always going to be using that amount of HP to use the Hellblade's moves. So, I mean, you're just going to be getting progressively stronger. It's another way that the Hellblade is as powerful as other jobs in this game. It's just over a period of time rather than just being immediate. And eventually, the Hellblade can output more damage than other jobs. It just takes longer to set up. So our trip to Halcyonia is actually twofold, as our the friend we're supposed to be looking for is also here. I'm not trying to talk to you, barkeep. I'm trying to talk to the lovely lady right here. What's that? My friend sent you from Holograd to say hello. Oh, how lovely. Well, be sure to tell her that I'm full of beans as ever. That is a statement that I did not know exists until I played Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Yeah. We met at a local eatery, you know? We hit it off right away. Before long, we were trucking all over town together, hot on the trail of the latest taste sensations. It didn't do our waistlines much good, I'll grant you, but it was ever so much fun. I really should go and visit her one day. I've never sampled the cuisine of Holograd after all. If you see her again, let her know I'm planning on coming, will you? Well, that's nice. Anyways, let's go and move our way up over to the throne room. And talk to our Mr. Guardman over here. You did it! I haven't had a single report of Noxolotls attacking anyone. Thank you so much. By the way, you know how long and black and slimy and generally unpleasant they are? Well, apparently if you baste them, roast them, and serve them on rice, they're actually quite delicious. I mean, I haven't had the urge to try one myself, but if you ever have the urge, perhaps you could give it a go? Maybe later. And with that done and dusted, I guess we make our way back to Holograd and continue our quest journey. I told you, there's gonna be a lot of that stuff here today. Talking to our, lady friend who has a lot of her friends of her own. Let's see, where's she gonna send us now? She was cheerful as ever, This is wonderful news. She was the most happy, kind-hearted lady in all of Halcyonia. Though she barely knew me, she allowed me to stay with her the entire time I visited the city. And while the foods we sampled together were wonderful indeed, it was her smile that was the most wonderful of all. The next person I would like you to visit is a friend in Savalon, but I warn you, this young lady is somewhat more timid than the last of my acquaintances you. Yeah, as you can probably guess, you know what kind of quest this is. We have to go around the different cities, talk to people, come back, talk to her, you know, that kind of quest. Pretty annoying, but honestly, if you just ignore that fact and just kind of distract yourself with other side quests as you do it, it shouldn't be that bad. Speaking of, is there anything else to do in Holograd? Yes, there is! There isn't, like, any cutscene heavy quests here in Holograd right now, so it's just a lot of collect and kill and gather and whatnot. Perhaps I'm without talent after all, a comic episode. My work is the drawing of picture books, but I sell almost none of them. I must find an audience for my works or put down my pins for good. Give the picture book to a child. We'll get a big brush for this. It's weird that it's an axe instead of a staff, so our victimancers can benefit from it. But you know what? I don't make the rules here. I knew, of course, that it was wrong, but I could not help myself. Fingers in the fruit bowl. What a name. Alas, the temptation bested me, and I raided our supplies for a small snack of fruit. If I am discovered, they will lock me away for certain. Can you help me? I require a mere 5 cherry berries. Okay, cherry berries. Those can be found somewhere, so I guess we'll do that. Right over next to where our friendly old lady usually hangs out is this NPC. My friend in Holograd. She's worried about me? Oh, there's no need to worry. No need at all. But please, thank her again for buying so many of my accessories as souvenirs. I'll never forget her kindness. Or her sense of style. She always knew everything about the latest trends, far more than I did. We did not spend much time together, but I treasured every minute. In fact, I think I will make a dress for her and deliver it myself. Please tell her to expect me soon. Well, that's nice. Pretty simple questline. Let's go back over to Wiswald to give this book to the kiddo that apparently will magically be this comic book writer's #1 fan, I guess. Or maybe he'll hate it. I don't know. I just want the big brush. I don't really care how this pans out. I've already done a lot of pretty unsavory things like, you know, culling the entire population of ants for just a random kid. This is not below me. Hey there, kiddo, you want to read this book that you probably don't know what it's about? Oh, this looks interesting. Can I have a read? Alright, wow. Huh? Never. What is he gonna do now? That was amazing! It's the funnest story I've ever read in my life! I want to find out what happens next. Tell whoever drew it to finish the next part. Hey, there we go, they got a fan! But before we say hi to the city again, we have a bunch of cherry berries to collect. I guess while I do this, I will look for the remaining treasure chests and talk about them. Just hit level 49 with everyone, which is pretty interesting. Nothing too crazy. We're about to hit a big milestone though, level 50. There we go, Cherry Berry 1. Cherry Berry 2 is just right above Holograd. I don't know how they missed that. There we go. Cherry Berry 3 is to the east of the Chromatite Mines. Get that right there. I don't think there's a treasure chest right over here. Okay, nothing. If we go to the border of, with Holograd and Rheimdall, we not only have a treasure chest, but also our 4th Cherry Berry. Oh, god damn it. The treasure has a light talisman. Awesome. Can't really get those traditionally right now. There's our 4th Cherry Berry, and then the last one is all the way over there. Okay. Alright, a Cherry Berry and another treasure chest. There we go. Treasure acquired. 2 throwing sticks. Who would put that in a treasure chest? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Back to Holograd. First up on the list is our merry old friend who wants us to go around the damn country to talk to her friends. My friend in Savalon was also well. This is good. One cannot help but worry about someone so meek. But though subdued, her sense of style is anything but. Her creations are works of fashion genius. I am perhaps her greatest fan. Now to my last request, I wish you to visit an old friend in Wiswald, a calm and composed lady of around my own age. Alrighty, well, hopefully she means true whenever she says the last request. This guy, pardon, he presented my story to a small boy and he was amazed and excited, truly. And he smiled at its conclusion and wished for more, and there is a meaning to my creation after all. In which case, I must continue without delay. My audience must not be starved of smiles. Please, you must leave me to my work. I am wasting valuable time. I understand that, man. I don't get much for doing this, I just have fun doing it. And you. I am forever in your debt. Thanks to your efforts, I am able to escape this situation free from punishment. You know, I am reminded of a time I was merely a boy. The same thing occurred. My elder brother provided the cherry berries that saved me on this occasion. When our mother discovered what we had done, she was greatly upset, with much shouting. Ah, fond memories. Alas, my brother was lost during the Rheimdall invasion. Oh. I shouldn't tell him we were on the front lines for that. But you are strangers and need not be bothered with my tragedies. Thank you once again, friends. May you be safe on the road ahead. Is this another indication that these people are more than just soldiers? And even though we don't have any animosity towards them now, they were people that we were killing. And we kind of have to accept that. Let's go ahead and heal up real quick, and then talk to our last friend in Wiswald. All the way up by the tower is this friend right here. What's that? My friend in Holograd has sent you to see how I'm doing. Ugh, I'm not surprised she's worried about me. I was in the right state that night we met. I had just been through a bad breakup, you see. She'd never laid eyes on me before, but she sat there and listened to me wailing and moaning all night long. Patience of a saint, that one, and it did me the power of good to let it all out. I'll never forget what she did for me that night. Listen, if you get the chance, could you give her a message for me? Tell her I have a new man and that he's great, and that I'll be in touch soon. Oh, alright. Well, that's some good news to end things off on for this questline. Let's go ahead and give her the news. Hey there, we've got something for you. So, my friend in Wiswald is too as well. Such a relief. Thank you so much for checking on everybody. I'm so happy to learn that the war is over and all are free to pursue their passion, be it food or fashion or passion itself. we must all do what we can to preserve this happy state. I, of course, shall do my own part, and will hope to see the smiling faces of my dear friends soon again. We get our maneuver bustier and a nice little conclusion to the 80th quest, dear God. Now, with stuff in Holograd all dealt up, oh hey, our expeditions are done. I did not realize that I've been playing for 3 hours already. Wow, okay, let's go ahead and see what we got. What did Greg get me? 2 large experience orbs. Magic defense spun. 100 pig. Critical chance. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And 6 small experience orbs. Okay. Well, we're actually not quite done just yet when it comes to things pertaining to Holograd. Let's head over to Rheimdall and complete a quest I have kind of been poking at for a little while now. We're going to be finishing up today by talking with someone that I don't think people were expecting to show up again.
Lonsdale.
Stand down, lad. We've no reason to go at one another now. I've not even got a leader left to fight for.
How come you're on your own? Where did all your men go?
Back home to Holograd, where they belong. And once I'd seen them safely there, I handed in my notice.
You did? But the Empire must be in total chaos without you right now. Surely they need you. Without someone to guide them, there'll be another war before we know it.
You're far too high an opinion of me, lad. I couldn't even guide my men to victory. No, there's only one thing I'm good for now, and that's delivering a little gift.
Huh? What do you mean?
Never you mind. Just remember this. Before a war can truly end, there's debts have to be settled.
I don't like the sound of that. The price of defeat. Remember this, before a war can truly end, there's debts to have to be settled. I came here as a vanquished foe to deliver a little gift to the victor. I don't like that. Let's go after him. Come on, Lonsdale was one of the people that genuinely we could reason with, and I don't really want him to go down just yet. Let's head over to Halcyonia. Oh boy, I don't know how he was able to get here faster than we could. He didn't even take a carriage, but you know what? I'm not gonna question that. Lonsdale's a man of many mysteries.
You're kind indeed, allowing a vanquished foe entry to your kingdom, your majesty. And kinder still, allowing that foe's men safe passage home.
It was the least I could do for one so dedicated to the well-being of those in his charge. Now, what brings you here, Sir Lonsdale?
I've come to repay your kindness.
A laudable sentiment. And how do you propose to do so?
With a gift. The gift of my head.
Your head? Indeed.
It's all I have left to offer. Make an example of me, your majesty. Appease your people.
You understand well what it means to rule, and I thank you for your understanding. However, I cannot grant your wish just yet. Were I to see the blood price paid too soon, my people might think me a wild-eyed tyrant. I understand that you and Sir Sloane were once comrades in arms. Perhaps you might pay your respects at his grave before I accept your offer.
It would be an honor, your majesty.
Very good. My men will show you the way.
Lonsdale?
Did Sloane ever tell you how we met?
No. Guess he never had the chance before he...
Yeah, we were mercenaries. Same outfit. And we were rivals. More evenly matched pair you never did see. For every win, a loss. And vice versa. But we stayed in touch, even after we moved on to pastures new. Last time I saw him was in a tavern somewhere. Look at us, eh? 2 swords for hire, both bending the knee at last.
Aye, 'tis happy indeed that we have found causes for which we would gladly give our lives.
Ah, poppycock. I managed to wangle myself a generalship because Holograd's got no good men of its own, and you, you're a glorified nursemaid.
Ah, do not test me, Lonsdale. Princess Gloria is a girl wise beyond her years, and will make a fine ruler one day.
Well, all right for some. The lad in charge round my way these days is a liability and no mistake. He's had his head turned by some brazen temptress, and now his sights are set on a prize he can't possibly win. When they say pride comes before a fall, they're speaking of this one, sure enough.
And as his loyal retainer, Art thou not honor-bound to steer thy liege lord to less treacherous waters?
Well, of course I am. But that only works if you listen. And I'm just a hired help.
Then thou must needs redouble thine efforts, old friend. When kings err, men die. Is that not how the saying goes?
Yeah, I know the saying, thank you very much. Anyway, less of the doom and gloom. Let's have a drink, shall we?
Thou would fain face me in a battle of the cups, good sir.
No, I would fain quench my thirst, you pillock. The only thing I'll be facing you in is a fight to put the record in my favor. I'm glad I got to come here, Sloane. I owe you an apology. If I'd listened, we'd not have had to meet again like this. When kings err, men really do die. I'd hoped my punishment for understanding that too late would have been to fall by your sword. But you went one better than that, didn't you, you wily old devil? And now the record's firmly in your favor.
What do you mean?
But he didn't even have to beat me himself, did he? He got you lot to do it for him. Got me right good, that did. Being clobbered by a bunch of kids he'd spent 5 minutes training. But if that were his last little dig, then fair play to him. We were even, me and him. As many wins as losses. But not anymore. And now that's settled, I've not much left to stick around for. I'd best be getting back to King Vernon.
There will be no need for that, Sir Lonsdale. Sir Sloane's final victory was punishment enough. He was always a formidable opponent. This being so, as Lord and Regent of the fair realm of Halcyonia, permit me to make this proclamation. Lord Lonsdale, General of the Army of Holograd, invader and despoiler of these peaceful lands, you are hereby pardoned of all crimes.
Your Majesty?
There is a time for vengeance, and a time for forgiveness. Now go, wherever the road may lead, and may the memory of your old friend travel with you.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I'll not forget the debt I owe you, King Vernon. Not for as long as I live. Old comrades. Sir Sloane sure knew a lot of people. Guess it comes with being a famous warrior. I heard that he traveled far and wide as a younger man in search to find worthy opponents. In fact, it was on his travels that he met my grandfather. And it seems his mercenary associates continued to visit him long after he came to Musa. You think Lonsdale was one of them? It's certainly possible. He often spoke of one whom he never quite managed to best, an old comrade of long standing. Knowing what we know now, I would strongly suspect that it was him. An old comrade, eh? Aye, they probably had seen a few things together as hired swords. You'd need people you could trust. Yeah, people you can trust with your life, and who you can trust with theirs in turn. You'd think things maybe have turned out differently in the fight against Holograd if Sir Sloane was still around. What, like Lonsdale would have switched sides or something? Aye, does sound unlikely now that you say it out loud. Shame. Would have been amazing to see the two of them fighting together. Lonsdale's such a good character, man. One of the best written in this game. And it's just another reason why Sir Sloane was an incredible teacher, always teaching us things, even beyond the grave. Next time, on Bravely Default 2, we're going to be wrapping up the remaining side quests we have to do, and then preparing to set out for Musa. So, with that said, see you soon.